Welcome to DC Central Kitchen. In 1989, Robert Egger founded DC Central Kitchen on a very simple premise, that waste is wrong. That waste could be food, that waste could be productive minds, it could be kitchens that aren't being used, or other community resources that have been pushed to the side, marginalized, or devalued. And every single day, with help from amazing folks like you and our dedicated, compassionate, passionate staff, we turn 3,000 pounds of food that otherwise would go to waste into 5,000 healthy meals that are prepared and delivered with love and dignity to shelters, transitional homes, halfway houses, and other social service agencies throughout our city and our area. But we know that food alone will never end hunger. We know that no matter how many meals we prepare and serve every day, no matter how much food we give away for free, we will never, ever, ever be able to feed our way out of hunger. That's why we certainly talk about food, but we also have to talk about jobs. And we start that conversation with our 14-week culinary job training program.
You just heard from our CEO, Mike Curtin, and I want to thank you and welcome you again for volunteering at DC Central Kitchen. Now let's get started, get you guys all set up, get up, and ready for this great volunteer experience. About the safety attires you want to wear at DC Central Kitchen, you want to make sure you're wearing long pants, and you want to have closed-toe shoes, no open-toe shoes please in the kitchen, and no loose long earrings or jewelry or anything like that. First we're going to put this apron on. And if your hair is short enough, you can wear a hat. Otherwise, you have to put on one of these. It's a hairnet. Now to the hand washing sink. You want to wash your hands, use hot water here. Soap is on the wall. You want to lather up really good. Lather up, and you want to wash your hands for at least 10 seconds. Get them nice and soapy. Dry your hands. Now you want to dry your hands real thoroughly so it can be easier to put the gloves on. And you're going to be real tempted to want to blow into the gloves before you can put the gloves on. That's because your hands is not dry as well. Don't do that because that's putting bacteria back on your hand. Once you dry your hands off, you want to find your specific glove. Okay, so once you put your gloves on, you don't want to touch anything out of the food prep area. You don't want to touch your body or hair or your gloves or any one person. If you have to sneeze or anything, please cough into your sleeves. Don't want to blow on your gloves. And if the gloves get soiled, ripped or anything, just let us know. We change them out. We got plenty of gloves. And we gear up and start it all over again. And then next you get signed up to your workstation. Precise way to cut is to use the back of the knife, which is the sharpest part of the knife. Keep that toe on the board and just work with that roll motion, just like so. And we're not don't expect you to be perfect with it, but just be accurate, okay? Once you're traveling with the knife, you want to make sure you hold the knife to the back and walk with your knife holding down, just like this, to avoid any injury.
When volunteers leave, we want them to say, God, I hope I never see another onion again, or a carrot or potato, or whatever I cut all day long. But what I'm really going to remember is the conversation I had with that staff member from DC Central Kitchen who graduated from that program, who is a recovering heroin addict, who spent 15 years of their life in prison. But we had an amazing conversation about food, or music, or sports, or politics. And that's what I'm going to remember. And that's what I'm going to start thinking about when people now talk about those people, or when people talk about prisons, or about opportunities, or about living wages. That's what I want. I want that conversation to grow, and I want this where I live.
For all of us at DC Central Kitchen, we like to say,
Thank you!